Guys, I am addicted to watching videos about productivity on YouTube. Watching videos on tips on how to be more productive tricks my brain into thinking I'm actually getting stuff done, when in reality, I'm lying around in bed and slowly getting dragged down the YouTube rabbit hole. So instead of passively watching more productivity videos, this week I'm going to put tips into action from some of the top productivity videos on YouTube. I recently watched the following 3 videos. Break Your Procrastination Habits for Good by Thomas Frank, 5 Things That Help Me Avoid Procrastination by MDvlog, and 5 productivity tips from Ali Abdaal. Conveniently, each of these videos had 5 tips, so what I did was I wrote them all down, and I removed tips that weren't directly actionable but were more philosophical. For example, Thomas Frank advises to focus on your identity as a hard worker rather than focusing on the idea that the work you have to do isn't fun. For me, I didn't find that this was something I could personally put into action, so I crossed it off the list. After removing redundancies and only keeping actionable items, these were the 5 tips that made it onto my personal productivity master list. Tip number 1 was to make a small to-do list that focused on your most important tasks. Number 2, block out distraction. Number 3, use coffee and exercise to get yourself out of a slump. Number 4, put on a playlist that will help keep you focused. Number 5, use Parkinson's law to your advantage. Set time limits for each task. After reviewing this list, I decided to add 2 more things that I have been implementing in my own life that have worked really well for increasing productivity. The first thing I added to this list was to start your day off right with an awesome but doable morning routine. And the second thing I added was to incorporate accountability. This can include telling your friends about your personal goals for the day, or in this case, vlogging yourself trying to be productive. So I'm going to implement these 7 tips over the weekend, and at the end, I will report back on what worked and what didn't. Hey guys, so it's Friday night, which means tomorrow is day 1 of trying to be productive. In order to make sure that I can have maximal success tomorrow, tonight I'm going to take steps to reduce all distractions. So I'm going to start by deleting all distracting apps off of my phone. The next thing I did was I downloaded this extension called Focus. I enrolled in the free trial, and during this time, it will not allow me to access commonly distracting websites while I'm trying to work. The next thing I did was I made a study playlist. And the last thing I did tonight was make sure that my desk and workspace was super clean and well set up for tomorrow so that I could just jump right into it and get started as soon as possible. Good morning. So we're gonna start off the day with a cold shower to get the heart rate up and start this productive day. Alrighty, I'm clean. Next step, coffee. Alright, my phone is in hiding, all my devices are on do not disturb, so hopefully I have no distractions. I'm gonna go work for a couple hours and I will check in afterwards. Hello, so it is 12 o'clock and I just pumped out 2 hours of work without any online distractions. I have to say that's probably a first for me. Anyways, I am going to take a break from working. I'm going to have some lunch, clean the house, and maybe put on some makeup / do my hair. Alrighty, it is back to work for me, and to tackle the afternoon slump, I'm going to make myself a nice cup of iced coffee. So to get back into my workflow for the afternoon, I'm going to light a candle, put in my headphones and listen to my work playlist, as well as hide my phone so that I cannot be tempted to scroll social media. Alrighty, so it is 4 p.m. I think I'm going to take a break from doing schoolwork for a while now. I'm gonna have some dinner, give myself a brain break, and I will check back in next time I come back to do some more work. Hello again, so it is 7:15 and it's golden hour, as they say on Instagram. And to get out of my after dinner slump, I'm going to do a little workout as per the advice from Ali Abdaal's video. Once I completed my workout, it was 8 p.m., so I sat down and decided to do some review for 1 more hour. With some energy from my workout, my study candle lit, and all distractions blocked out, I was able to get a decent amount done. Admittedly, the hardest part was sitting back down and getting started. By 9 p.m., I felt that I had put in enough work for the day, so I cleaned up my desk, blew out my candle, and called it a night. I will see you tomorrow for another productive day. Something I didn't do yesterday that I should have in order to maximize my productivity was take advantage of Parkinson's law. Parkinson's law states that a task will fill the time that you allow it. The best way to take advantage of this concept is to give yourself time limits for designated tasks. So today I took the next 4 hours, which I plan to do work, and I divided it into 30-minute segments, and then for each 30-minute segment, I wrote down what I wanted to accomplish. Hey guys, I'm just taking a quick break. I have 1 more hour of work that I'm hoping to power through. I'm really liking this technique of blocking off 30 minutes and then setting a goal or a task to get done in the 30 minutes. For me, it kind of feels like I'm racing against the clock to try and finish whatever I set out to do. And then if I finish 5 minutes early, 3 minutes early, I reward myself with a break or getting up to get a snack. Anyways, that is all the updates for now. I'm gonna head back to work and I will check in again later. Alrighty, so let's talk about which of these 7 tips had the biggest impacts on increasing my productivity. I'm going to reward them with a gold, silver, and bronze, ranking the top 3 out of the 7 tips that I implemented this weekend. In 3rd place, receiving bronze, we have tip number 7, accountability. This was so helpful, telling my friends about my goals, telling them I wouldn't be on social media or replying to messages, and also vlogging this entire process was extremely helpful for not going on social media, which by far was my own personal biggest distraction and deterrent to getting lots of work done. And in 2nd place, we actually have a tie, and that is between tip number 1, picking a few small tasks and making a to-do list, as well as tip number 5, giving yourself a time limit so that you are using Parkinson's law to set deadlines and get stuff done efficiently. I lumped these together because in essence it was kind of like just making a plan. If you make a schedule and you pick your top 3 things and you slot them into times, that will get you really far. And in 1st place, taking home the gold, drum roll please, is tip number 2, block out distractions. Deleting social media apps from my phone, hiding my phone in a drawer in a different room, as well as downloading the focus extension was life-changing. I did not realize how much time I waste on my phone, on YouTube, just like watching stuff that isn't adding value to my life, and it's taking away from my productivity. So that was the biggest game changer for me. Alrighty, so it is that time in the video when I tell you the secret symbol to put in your comments so that I can prioritize replying to you. So for this video, include an asterisk symbol somewhere in your comment and I will be sure to prioritize it in terms of replying, especially if you have a question. Speaking of comments and questions, in last week's video, Rosie asked if I could talk about my Apple Watch. So the one that I have is the Series 3 and I have it in the 42mm, which is the larger of the 2 sizes. And I basically use it for 3 main things. 1, telling the time, 2, tracking my sleep, and 3, tracking activity. Things like running and swimming, the Apple Watch is great because it will count laps for you as well as keep track of the distance, and you can see if you're improving over time. Do I think the Apple Watch is worth it? There are a ton of reviews out on the internet, but my personal opinion is that the more subscribed you are to Apple, the more you'll enjoy the Apple Watch. You will kind of enjoy the gimmicky features of the Apple Watch more so than if you just had an iPhone. That being said, I think the biggest drawback for the Apple Watch is its battery life, Before having the Apple Watch, I used a Withings watch as well as a Fitbit, which had better battery life, so you could kind of charge it once or twice a week. Whereas the Apple Watch, if you're using it to track things daily, you actually kind of have to charge it within every 24 hours. So that would be my only major drawback, but I do really enjoy it. I would really love it if you subscribed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!